You're good to go.
Okay. Okay, welcome to our planning board meeting for January 28th, 2021. We are looking for Mr. Rogers at this point.
I'm joining now.
Mr. Rogers, you there?
Yes.
Hey,
There he is.
How you doing?
how are you?
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Yes.
And you can hear me, right?
Yep.
Yes, we can. You can hear us, right?
Everything's good.
So it's a project and small file, so maybe you can enlighten us as to exactly what you're doing here. or
Yeah,
like-
well, I'm not sure what I'm doing. That's how come I'm in front of you guys. And
Okay.
before I started investing money in plans and everything, you know, I read the a lot of the codes and everything, but I do have to say I get confused. So
Okay.
and the zoning map. So I wanted to bring it in front of you. And what I have is I have 2 properties on James Street. So in front of you, I have 2 separate surveys. Of the individual plots. There are 2 plots that are right next to each other. It's in A4 zoning.
Correct.
And then I have, and what I'm considering is, I have one of the buildings is a legal 3-family and the other building is a legal 2. The buildings are, again, really old inside, galvanized plumbing, old electric. And the bottom line is, for if I need these things to be rentals, I got to bring them up to code and pretty much cut the insides. The roofs are shot, the siding shot. I'm looking at what the possibility is if I were to take both structures down, and then I have an overall set of a site plan for what I'd like to put up, and I'd like to know how, if what I would
What
actually.
would best way to proceed?
Yes.
So, do we have a total lot area?
I have a half acre. It's 21,000 square feet.
That's joining the 2 properties, right?
Yeah.
21,000.
You know, my look is, you know, down these units I'm proposing are different than we have in downtown Babylon, to the fact that I want to put up units with the full 3-bedroom for full downtown living for families. We don't have a lot of that in the real downtown retail areas.
So what you showed us here is lot A and B?
Yeah.
What-
Yellow house, good picture. The yellow house on the right and the brown house in front of you.
Right. And on the plot plan here, what's lot D?
Lot C is just that's a one more line down the road. That has nothing to do with us.
That's not yours.
Yeah.
Okay. But on the parking calculation layout B, this says lots A and B, and then it says lot D.
Yeah, just leave lot C off it. It's not included in this layout.
No, lot
No.
delta.
Oh,
D as in the, what is that?
oh, in the calculations on the bottom?
Yes.
Yeah, we're not looking at that. We're just looking at the top one, which is lots A and B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have more property contiguous to this piece of
No.
property? No. Okay.
I was trying to buy lot C,
Okay.
but it didn't happen.
All right. So we know about density, right?
Yes.
We've done that, and you're shy on the density. The the question is, you're probably thinking, do you stay with an A4 zone? And ask for the variances for that in order to put these up? Or try to go for like a res M, multiple?
But then I'd have to change zoning.
Correct. And then each procedure would has its give and take, you know, as far as lot coverage and the requirement for lot size and all. So you're short on you got 21,000 for Res M, you need 43,560 square feet.
For
You know,
what, a multiple dwelling?
For the multiple, yes.
Well, what makes it a multiple? I'm not sure like why I'm going into the multiple dwelling. Right now I have 3 rentals into one.
Right. It's just to get to make it more appealing. Because you're going to go for variance with you're trying to look for the best way to go for the least amount of variances.
Right. So I wasn't gonna change the zoning.
So we want to stay with the A4. So let's look at that. Give me a second. Digging through pages here. So as far as the height, you're going to stay at the 2.5 stories?
Yes.
Okay. So you basically want to convert these 2 units into multiple units. They're multiple now, but you're going to tear them down and put up one large
Yeah, I
unit.
was gonna put up something that I saw in Charleston, attached units with front porches, very quaint looking. But I didn't want to get into the whole design phase until I wanted to see, what I was looking at from a planning standpoint.
Mhm.
Jim, let me just throw 2 cents in here quickly. I'm looking at the code.
Go ahead, Mac.
Multiple family dwelling is a building designed for the occupancy of 3 or more families living independently. So that's definitely a multiple family dwelling. They have single family, 2 family, and multiple family. So I don't know if A4
It's gonna fit that.
multiple family residence in A4. You either need a variance for it, or like the ZBA did in the past, they made us go back to the drawing board and require a zone change. So that's, we have to figure out which way to go, I guess.
Did you sit down with the trustees yet?
No, because if I'm not going for a zoning, I don't have to.
Trustees,
Yeah.
okay.
Go for a variance in zone A4.
If I have to go for a variance, I'm not really on the end with the trustees right now. We'll call it what it is. There's an election coming up, and I'm not backing them. So
Okay,
that's not helping. I don't know. I'm just putting it all on the line here.
right.
So if I'm not changing a zoning, it's not for me to go in front of them.
All right, let's look at what you have. You've got the parking, right?
Yep.
You got parking, you got setbacks.
Yep.
Yep. So we don't have density?
The density, I see what they've given, so I can request it and see what they give me at zoning. So I'm missing density, yes.
Kenny, I kind of thought you had more than 21,000 square feet. I combined the 2 lots. You have a 110 wide and a 50 wide. So that's 160. And then they're both like 188.8. You do that math and you get 30,211.
You know what? You're right.
You're still not up to, well,
But that 50 feet is lot.
Yeah,
Is
that
it
comes
not?
out to, that comes almost to 3/4 of an acre.
Yeah, you're much
What-
closer.
Mac,
Yes.
isn't that 50 feet lot C, which he doesn't own?
It is 35.
No, that's B. Lot A is the 110 by 188.67. Lot B is 50 by 188.67.
That's what I said.
I left
no,
off
I'm
the 50
questioning
when
it.
I multiplied.
Okay, so you're saying you're 160 across the back,
Yes,
correct? Okay,
The question becomes, how do you define the use? Meaning, is it multifamily or?
It's multifamily.
it's a multifamily, yeah, because of the greater than 3.
Yeah.
Just by definition in the code.
I didn't see that in there. Is that what it says in the code?
Yeah, actually they hide it. They put it under dwelling, comma, multifamily. So if you look under M for multifamily, you're not going to find it. In the list of definitions. Uh, 365-3.
So it says if I'm putting more than 3 units, it has to go under the multifamily rule.
It
That's-
considers it a multifamily dwelling. It doesn't say per se that you have to be considered under the multifamily code. I'm not
Okay.
sure. We're not sure. You know, you go for a variance under A4, or do you do a zone change to Res M? You know, I don't think either of them are going to be very, you're going to be happy with.
I'm
No,
sorry.
it's not. Either way, it's gonna be a lot of concessions or variance.
Well, if I stay under the A4, there's not going to be many concessions at all, other than density. I meet every other aspect of it.
You meet maximum building area, setbacks, and parking.
Well,
So
we don't, okay, right. Hey, Ken,
Yes,
at this point, we know you want to stay with A4, right?
I'm sorry.
You like to stay with A4 zoning
Yes,
and try to fit this in.
yes.
So at this point, I'd like to, since you're still in the preliminary stages, let us do some research
Okay,
and get back to you, because I think we're just spin our wheels tonight at this point.
that's fair.
There is, you know,
Yep.
so we'll get together and get some points hammered out, and we'll get that into a letter for you.
All right. Can I ask you one
Let me,
question? Is this the way I have to go about, like, when I have to research property in the village? I mean, I can't get a direct answer. You know, I have to go to you guys. So do I have to file for a planning board hearing and pay the $250 application in order to research properties to find out how I truly have to go after them?
I wouldn't,
usually we recommend people meet with the building inspector.
You did meet with the building inspector. What did Steve tell you?
Yeah, I did, but I tell you the truth, Steve keeps it light, you know, but if you really need to know, I gotta come to you guys to walk away with something in writing that says this is what you have to go for before I invest another $20,000 in paperwork.
Right.
So
yeah,
I just want to know, hopefully this 250 will carry over to my next couple of meetings because it is on the same subject, if that's how it works. I'm not sure.
I would think so.
I would
It
defer to
does, it
Jeanette on
does.
that.
We don't charge any more when they have to come back.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So that's on that. And my last question is, and this is just on a little bit of a different subject, just so I just need to know the process on the new building I'm building on Main Street, the retail.
Mm-hmm.
What is my process of putting tenants in there? Do I have to come in front of yourself?
Yes,
Well, you were approved for apartments, right?
No, they're for the retail. Jeanette, can I come down?
Oh, well,
to you
the
and talk
retail.
to you about everything I need for that?
Yeah,
Yes.
everything has to go through planning board, per the mayor.
So can I come to get all the particulars? I can come and meet with you and you can tell me all the particulars?
Well, you just have to meet with planning board. That's what you have to do. You have to, tell us what's going in there. You have to give us the hours of operation. You have to give us the employees, things like that.
Okay, so that's just a standard list.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right, good. So then
Hey.
go ahead.
Just, the square footage of that space, how big are they?
1380 is one and 2000 is the other of the two
Okay.
retails. So I'm over that 1,000 mark.
Yes, let's make sure you do that,
And is there a difference, like if it's an insurance office or the retail
about,
store?
professionals.
Professional, okay. So then I don't think I need to use up any more of your time here, and I could just come down to Jeanette and clarify that.
Okay,
All right, thank you very much, everybody.
we'll put our heads together on this for you.
Okay,
Good luck, Kenny.
Good luck.
thanks.
That's something new, that everything has to go through planning board now.
Okay, I
Per
feel-
the trustees.
Before the trustees, she wants everybody to go through planning board. Doesn't matter
All
what
right.
the business is.
Okay.
great. Okay.
We're gonna be
Great.
busy.
I know.
I lost my agenda. Who's next?
Argyle Jewelers.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ray Caliendo joining now.
All right,
Well,
thank you.
it's nice they have faith in us.
Yeah. Well, we try to give them a straight story as much best we can.
You know, do you think he's committed to those 8 units or 10 units?
Oh, what's that, Judy?
Kenny Rogers,
On the James Street thing?
yeah, or would he go down to 8?
I don't know. We'll,
It's nothing to toy with.
let's look
okay.
at the, zone A4 and we could do some.
We'll go from there.
comparison for them and get it to them. All right, all right.
About what you want me to do in a letter with that one.
We'll discuss it after.
Okay.
We'll have a sidebar afterwards.
Okay.
Okay.
What is it?
What is it? No,
Oh, Argyle, sorry.
no.
Argyle.
Yeah, Argyle. Yes, Argyle Jewelers. Here we go. Let's see.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
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 Uh,
How are you?
oh, thank you. How are you?
Just tell us what you'd like to do here.
Good evening, folks. My name is Ray Caliendo. I'm from Art of Form Architects, and I'm representing Argyle Jewelers this evening. The gist of the project is it's got 2 legs to it. One is a facade upgrade so that they can improve the overall look of the building along Deer Park Avenue. Parallel to that, the owner would like to add 2 apartments for rental in the rear of the property. They meet all code requirements and parking requirements, and we do not see it as any sort of an obstacle with respect to approvals, and we respectfully are bringing it before you this evening.
Okay. So the front facade, what's going on with that?
The facade, as you probably know, is somewhat dated. The intent is to replace the storefront and to actually build upon the parapet and create something that has some architectural interest to it. We're going to bring it up, put a gable on it, and as you can see, we're also contemplating a clock, for some nice sort of civic responsibility. New canopies, and new storefront. Buildings, it's an odd shape. It's not square or rectangular even. It displays. So the south facade that you're looking at right there, to the left, we're basically going to stucco that so that we clean it up, make it attractive. And then the front facade will have the architectural characteristics that you can see in the front elevation.
Let me ask you something.
Yes, ma'am.
The present person that is in Argyle Jeweler, does he own this building?
Yes, he does. Joe Tavella.
Okay.
And what is you talked about the apartment, what about the garages below?
Well, the garage is for his use. You know, it's just for employee parking. They would just like to be able to have a little area to get out of the elements as opposed to leaving their cars out in the parking lot all day long. They work very long hours. They work weekends, et cetera, et cetera. So it is essentially just for employee parking or really for owner parking.
Okay, so the garages will be used for, not for the apartments, but for the business.
In all likelihood, but we're way over on the parking requirement.
Yeah.
This is one of the few
Yeah,
lots that actually has ample parking in the village. So even without utilizing the garage, we're way in excess of what's necessary in terms of parking.
Right, we see that. The driveway
I
that
guess
you have on,
the question is the garage going to be used for garage or for storage?
No, it's going to be parking for the owner most likely, and his wife. They both work there, so I know they often bring 2 cars. So again, it's just
That's fine. Yeah.
okay.
the driveway on the south side, you're only, this entrance and exit, correct?
That's correct.
Hello?
Yes, I'm sorry. That's correct.
Okay, any objections to making that right turn only coming out?
No, not at all.
All right,
That's existing, by the way. That's the
yes, it
building.
is. Yep, just,
It is
Mr.
narrow.
Work.
No question about it, but we're sort of saddled with that.
sure, absolutely. Okay. The apartment sizes are 700 and
773 square feet approximately for each one.
correct, okay. The lot seems, you got plenty of room there, but just your calculations at 15%? It seems, is that,
Lot coverage?
yes,
No, actually, I apologize if you're looking with anything that says 15%. Oh, yeah. I apologize. That's actually an error. In reality, we updated this a couple of weeks ago. It is 30.60% lot coverage.
that,
Didn't catch that. 30?
30.60.
30 point,
And we are permitted 70%.
that's correct. Okay, this is something that caught our eye.
It caught my eye too. It didn't look accurate, and we ran the numbers again, and we found out there was an error.
The density calculation looks correct, so that's good. The units are allowed. As you said, the parking, you have 11, and you required 5, 4.5, 5 of them. So you're plenty of parking there. And your height is, with that gable, was 26 feet 2 inches?
Correct. I believe we're allowed to go to 30.
Yes. But that is correct, 26 feet 2 inches.
Yes, I'm sorry. I believe it's 26 feet 2.
Yes, okay. All right.
I just have one question.
Yes, sir.
On the table you have on page 3 of 9, on the right side, up on the top, lot requirements, you have a note, see calculations below, variance required. And it's on the density area.
Yeah, I apologize.
Okay.
Apparently, these changes never made it through to the final drawings that went to you.
So you're aware you do not need a variance for density. Okay.
So there is no variance required in any respect that I'm aware of.
All right,
That's what we see.
good.
You will need to go to ZBA for the,
Warning.
over retail.
Say that again, sir. I'm sorry.
The zoning board of appeals is required for the living space above, the retail zone.
Okay, great. I wasn't aware of that. So
And
that's-
also, if you're going to put new signage and an awning out, have to go to the architectural review board.
Well, I think they would have to go for the whole facade.
They will.
Yes,
That's,
Absolutely. No issues.
that's another, board you would need to go with the front facade.
Yes,
Just
sir.
to apply for colors and design and all.
Mhm.
ZB, Architectural Review Board. So, like you said, everything looks good. We do have to ask you to go to the zoning board of appeals for the, living space, over retail. And other than that, does anybody else have any questions or concerns?
I
No,
guess,
straightforward.
was your client approached by another landowner adjacent to or by him about utilizing or doing an agreement with parking?
No, sir. She's acting strictly on his own. At least, to my knowledge.
Is there any plans to resurface that parking lot?
I'm sorry, say that again, sir.
Any plans to
Resurface.
resurface the parking lot?
I'm sorry, you were talking at the same time. One more time.
Are there any plans for your client to resurface his parking lot?
Oh, yes, absolutely. It requires drainage. We want to, we're going to add some landscaping, so it's going to be completely redone.
Thank you.
is there lighting in the back there?
Just wall packs on the building. We want to be very careful not to throw light onto the adjacent properties. So just enough to allow security.
Great. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
That's it.
Is there a dumpster back there too?
Yes, there is.
Thank you.
There is a dumpster. We have a cutout for the proper placement of the dumpster and whatever enclosure would be required by the village. Again, the intent is to upgrade the site plan so that it is in full compliance with village standards.
Great.
That has to be placed on a pad.
That's fine.
It's a 6-inch thick concrete pad and covered with a chain link fence with privacy slats in it.
That's fine. Whatever is required by the village.
All right.
It'll all be in a letter.
Yep.
Very good.
All right. Thank you very much.
Looks like a nice upgrade. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Going forward, am I to understand that we have tacit approval at this point, or what?
You're okay
Yeah.
with the planning board, you just gotta get the ZBA okay.
Right, exactly. As Max says, you have to get to the ZBA.
Okay.
To be denied by this and then with the note to go to ZBA.
So we'll be ZBA and ARB. If assuming we get through a ZBA and ARB, we will be granted full approval. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful evening.
By now,
Yeah.
stay
Thank you.
well.
Bye-bye now.
So we're on our last case, right?
Yes, we are.
Water's Edge Court.
Correct.
Jeanette,
And
you there, Jeanette?
Yes, I'm here.
You want any of these plans back?
No, I asked for extra plans so everyone can have them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Sorry, I
Jeanette.
didn't know we were starting here.
You're welcome.
is that the applicant, Mrs. Coletti?
Yes, right here.
How you doing? And
And my client is Danielle Arnone. She's here also.
okay, so you're the architect, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So just why don't you explain to us what you'd like to do?
The client recently purchased this home and has been renovating it. They have a permit for the interior renovation and a new front facade, which they've worked on. It is a small house on the water on a non-conforming lot. It's a 2-bedroom house right now, so they were looking to convert the existing garage to a family room to give them a little more space and then build an additional garage. So that changes the driveway, and that's why we're here.
Correct. Okay. So you've gone to the ZBA, that's correct?
We've gone to ZBA, and they had asked for some changes, which are reflected on some of these plans that if I can share the screen, or some that were sent to you. But we're working with them. They have not rendered a decision yet.
Okay. So we have a, I don't have a
You
stamp on
new
this
plan?
You have a new plan or?
Yeah, Kevin, can I share screen?
Yeah, green button on the bottom should be fine.
I have a green button.
There's a green share button with an arrow.
I just had to enlarge. Okay, so. Okay, so this is the original site plan that was sent to you. So the driveway hasn't changed based on the new cover sheet, but this is now the new cover sheet with the changes to the plan. What we did was just cut the covered patio back a little bit to just the 15-foot side yard that's required. So that didn't affect the driveway in any way.
Okay.
The driveway is about 30 feet wide. We did provide drainage. So the curb cut moves over a little bit. The existing curb cut you can see is over here to here, and now we're going to infill that and make a new curb cut here.
Okay. So the drainage that's quite a rendering of a dry well detail. I don't think you're going to get 25 feet to the bottom.
No, not here. That's the maximum. 25 feet is maximum, I think. Let me see what we have a 4-foot depth.
4 foot.
Because of the water table.
Right.
Yeah. So it requires an 8-foot by 4-foot drainage structure.
And the surface area of the new driveway would be what?
It is about 25 feet by 30 feet.
25 feet long by 30 feet
Yeah.
wide. And what material would it be made of?
It's going to be pavers.
Okay. All right. And you'll be able to pitch everything to that dry
Right.
well?
Yeah.
All right. The width is a little wider than what we allow in the village. Actually, the code allows for 20 feet wide. In the past, we've gone like 24, 25 to allow for a walk next to the driveway.
Okay.
Hard number of 30 feet, or can that be?
Well, the width of the garage is 30 feet.
Could you taper down and just flare it out to the garage?
Yeah,
Make up-
if you mean make the curb cut the 24 feet and then have
Yep.
it flare out to the garage, yeah, we could do that.
Okay. Of course, you haven't had a decision from the ZBA.
We have not had a
Correct.
decision. They had some comments, which we've been in communication with them to address some of those comments. One being cutting back, because the lot cuts in so much, we had the new covered patio in the back aligned with the garage, but then the side yard was too small, so they asked us to try to do something with it. This hasn't been, I don't even think this has been given to the ZBA yet. The attorney was handling that, so I'm not
Okay.
sure if
All right.
what we
So-
landed on with them as of yet.
So everything will be contingent to their approval of the 3-car
Yeah,
garage.
the front of the garage is where the front of the garage is. So if there's any change, it would be behind there because they meet their side yard at the front. So that's,
The side yard is met at the front of the garage, you're saying?
yes, more than that. And it's met at the back of the garage. It was just this patio in the back that we had it go straight and it ended up with like a 7-foot side yard. So
Okay.
we cut that back.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. All right. The front yard, it looks like you have enough, but we really couldn't calculation or figure out the calculation of the amount of green space in your front yard after the new driveway.
Oh,
We're
that-
looking for greater than 50%.
greater than 50% of the front yard? No, the driveway is not greater than 50% of the front yard.
The total paved area between your walks and everything. It looks like you
I
have
can
enough.
get that calculation to you, but right now we're looking at what, 118 by,
Yeah,
Just from looking at the drawing, it looks like it's less.
But you can provide that to us?
I
yes.
think you're okay.
All right, great.
that would be great if you could. We'd appreciate that. With that calculation, anybody have any other concerns? No? Okay. So we'll get you a letter stating that we approve it at 24 feet curb cut.
But they're gonna revise the drawing, right?
Yes.
Yes, and you'll get us that calculation of the front yard.
Yep.
Green space. Okay.
All right.
No lighting along the driveway or anything like that, right?
No what?
Lighting or,
No, just a light on the, with wall sconce on the garage. There's no.
Yep. Okay,
no light.
okay.
Right.
Anything from anybody else?
No, Jim.
Okay,
All right.
Very
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Right. Have a good evening.
Good
You
night.
too. Good night.
I make the
well.
motion, we adjourn.
I have a second on it.
Yep. Second.
Second by Bruce.